with the billionaire Lord Ali.
Nobody's had any relationship.
Because Lord Ali is no ordinary donor.
Lord Ali's not an ordinary donor. No, he's a terrorist organisation with the rest of them.
To be believed, his reach extends far beyond philanthropy. Sources allege he's been involved in shaping Labour's message, controlling media narratives, influencing digital strategy, and embedding himself deep within the party's political operations. Galloway put it bluntly, no one voted for Lord Ali, and yet he may be calling the shots.
Why is he calling the shots?
This should terrify everyone. Labour voters, Tory voters, Reform, Lib Dem, Green,
don't tell
it doesn't matter.
King Charles
because what's at stake here isn't just party politics. It's the very notion of representative democracy.
Making news for you, as if you thought the gravy train had hit the bunkers. Well, it hasn't, ladies and gentlemen. More revelations from Keir Starmer. This morning he admits that he took £20,000 in donations from Lord Ali for accommodation for his 16-year-old son to study, in his words, history for his GCSE exams. I presume this means that's part of the £20,000 that was racked up for using the apartment that Lord Ali has, £18 million apartment apparently, in Covent Garden, the penthouse. Now, previously they said they used that for meetings. Previously they said Keir Starmer worked there on the night of the election. Previously they said that this was a place that he used to use for planning meetings.
How can we claim to live in a democracy when one man's wealth can buy him more access than millions of voters combined?
Why?
What does it say about our system when donations worth tens of thousands can flow into the Prime Minister's inner circle and nobody blinks? And here's the thing, Starmer's silence isn't just political miscalculation, it's political suicide. Because every day he refuses to come clean, the story grows. More journalists dig. More backbenchers ask questions, and more voters begin to suspect that the clean, principled image he sold them was just that, an image. A manufactured brand, designed in boardrooms, paid for by private money, and now crumbling under the weight of real scrutiny.
During the election campaign, now he's saying it was for his son to study peacefully for his GCSEs. Well, I don't know how much peaceful studying he was doing while they're all having a party on election night. Really? Seriously? Starmer said somebody offered me accommodation. Somebody, I mean Lord Ali, offered me accommodation where we could do that, and I took it up, and it was the right thing to do. No, it wasn't.
Even within Labour, the fallout has begun. MPs say they were blindsided. Some are furious. Others are quietly reviewing their donation records, their campaign budgets, wondering what else is about to leak. Because make no mistake, this isn't an isolated scandal. This is systemic. This is a reflection of how modern politics works behind closed doors, how wealthy donors gain influence, how policy is shaped not by public need, but by private interest, and how leaders, once seen as reformers, become gatekeepers for the same elite they once vowed to oppose. Galloway's speech didn't just rattle the government, it ripped the mask off. It forced people to confront a terrifying possibility, that Starmer isn't just compromised. He may never have been independent to begin with.
The wrong thing to do, you plonker. And then he goes, it didn't cost the taxpayer a penny. Well, that's all right then.
Well, it did, because
I mean, who on earth thinks it's okay to take money from a lord who's loaded in order to put your child in an apartment that he owns so that he can study peacefully? What influence does Lord Ali have on this government? I keep asking the question, I keep getting no answers. Let's talk to Dave.
And once that seed of doubt is planted, it's nearly impossible to uproot. Because now every policy, every shift, every decision made by Starmer's government will be viewed with suspicion. Was that climate plan about saving the planet or appeasing a donor? Was that U-turn on gut strategy or influence? Was that cabinet reshuffle based on merit or messaging? These are the questions the public is now asking.
You have paid, and you will pay, a high price
asking the same question.
for the role that you have played in enabling, encouraging, and covering for the catastrophe presently going on in occupied Palestine.
And the longer Starmer stays silent, the more damning the answers will become. Because silence in politics is never neutral. It's a strategy, a shield, and eventually it becomes an admission.
Talking about, well,
matter of fact, he delayed as long as he could, and then beyond that which was acceptable to the parliamentary authorities, the depth, and I mean real depth, of his financial relationship with Lord Ali. No British Prime Minister has ever allowed a billionaire to buy his clothes.
Right now, Labour is on a knife's edge. The party once united under the banner of reform is now splintering from within. Activists feel betrayed, long-time supporters feel deceived, and many voters are asking a dangerous but inevitable question. Who is Keir Starmer really working for? Because if the answer isn't the people, then the people will find someone else. And they're not waiting.
By his glasses, by his wife's clothes, put him up in a multi-million-pound penthouse apartment in Soho, in London. No British Prime Minister has ever had the kind of financial relationship with the billionaire Lord Ali.
Already, alternative voices are gaining ground. Reform is surging. Independents are gaining traction. And Galloway himself, once an outsider, is being listened to with new seriousness. Not because people suddenly agree with everything he says, but because he's doing what no one else in Parliament seems willing to do. Speak plainly and ask the questions that need answers. This is no longer about Lord Ali or even about Starmer alone. This is about a broken political machine that has traded principle for PR, that has forgotten who it's supposed to serve, that has allowed wealth and access to become the currency of power, while the rest of Britain pays the price.
News for you, as if you thought the gravy train had hit the buffers. Well, it hasn't, ladies and gentlemen. More revelations from Keir Starmer. This morning he admits that he took £20,000 in donations from Lord Ali for accommodation for his 16-year-old son to study, in his words, peacefully for his GCSE exams. I presume this means that's part of the £20,000 that was wrapped up for using the apartment that Lord Ali has, £18 million apartment.
This scandal has legs, and if Labour doesn't act soon, if Starmer doesn't offer full, transparent disclosure, the consequences will be catastrophic, not just in polls, but in public trust. Because here's the truth, a democracy where money whispers louder than voters is no democracy at all. It's a puppet show, and the public is done watching.
Apparently, in Covent Garden, the penthouse. Now, previously they said they used that for meetings. Previously they said Keir Starmer worked there on the night of the election. Previously they said that this was a place that he used to use for planning meetings during the election campaign. Now he's saying it was for his son to study peacefully for his GCSEs. Well, I don't know how much peaceful studying he was doing while they're all having a party on election night. Really? Seriously? Starmer said somebody offered me accommodation. Somebody.
If even half of these allegations prove true, then it's not just Starmer's future that's in jeopardy. It's the legitimacy of everything his government claims to stand for. And in the end, that's the real cost. Not a £20,000 flat,
exactly, but it
not undisclosed gifts, but the slow, silent death of public faith.
More than people think.
Because in a country where a billionaire can allegedly buy influence, shape policy, and grant favours at the highest level, the question isn't whether something is wrong, it's how deep the rot goes. And that's a question Keir Starmer can no longer avoid. This is UK Politics Now. Subscribe for more.
A lot. AI. That tells the truth into what I'd be saying.